West Germany scored after 10 minutes. And then something happened that should be impossible at a World Cup. For the next 80 minutes, two national teams played a match where neither side seemed to want the score to change. No desperate attacks, no late winner. For the final 40 minutes, not even a single shot, because 1-0 was perfect. It sent West Germany through, it sent Austria through, and it eliminated Algeria, a team that wasn't even on the pitch. Fans inside the stadium started screaming at both teams. Some waved banknotes, accusing them of fixing the match. One commentator reportedly told viewers to turn off their televisions. By the time it was over, FIFA had a problem so serious that the way World Cup groups are scheduled today would never be the same. But the strangest part is this: nobody needed to break a rule. They only needed to understand the rules better than everyone else. 9 days earlier, Algeria had arrived at their first World Cup with almost nobody expecting them to survive their group. And their first opponent? West Germany, European champions, two-time world champions, one of the favorites to win the entire tournament. It should have been a comfortable opening match. Instead, Algeria shocked the world. Rabah Majir scored first. Karl-Heinz Rummenigge equalized. And then, almost immediately, Lakhdar Belloumi made it 2-1. Algeria had just beaten West Germany in the first World Cup match they had ever played. Suddenly, Group 2 was wide open. Algeria then lost 2-0 to Austria. West Germany recovered by beating Chile 4-1. And in Algeria's final group match, they beat Chile 3-2. That left Algeria on 4 points. But there was a huge problem. Their tournament was finished. West Germany and Austria still had one match left. And unlike today, the final matches of a World Cup group weren't required to begin at the same time. So before West Germany and Austria even kicked off, both teams already knew exactly what result they needed. And the math created the perfect loophole. If Austria won or drew, West Germany were eliminated. If West Germany won by 3 or more, Algeria survived and Austria were eliminated. But if West Germany won by 1 or 2, both European teams went through, and Algeria went home. Now imagine being an Algerian player. You've won 2 of your 3 World Cup matches. You've beaten West Germany. And your future is now controlled entirely by 2 opponents who both know there's a score that saves them. June 25th, 1982. El Molinón Stadium, Gijón, Spain. For 10 minutes, it looked like a normal World Cup match. West Germany attacked, Austria defended. Then Horst Hrubesch headed the ball into the net, 1-0. And instantly, everything changed. West Germany were qualifying, Austria were qualifying, Algeria were out. The safest thing for both teams was suddenly not to take risks. So the match began to die. Pass backwards, pass sideways, another pass backwards. Attacks disappeared, tackles became rare, and slowly, the crowd realized what they were watching. This wasn't a team wasting the final 30 seconds. There were almost 80 minutes left. And here's the part that makes this story even worse. For decades, people could argue that maybe the game only looked suspicious. But modern data has now measured exactly what happened, and the numbers are ridiculous. According to Opta's database of World Cup matches going back to 1966, the entire second half produced just 2 shots. Neither tested the goalkeeper. Karl-Heinz Rummenigge took the final shot of the match in the 54th minute, which means, for the final 40 minutes, not one player from either team even attempted to score. Only 0.9% of all second half touches happened inside the opposition penalty area. And 58% of the passes were played inside the team's own halves. At a World Cup, with qualification on the line. The crowd had seen enough. Supporters began screaming, "Fuera! Fuera! Out! Out!" Others started chanting, "Algeria! Algeria!" And some Algerian supporters held banknotes in the air, making their opinion very clear about what they thought they were watching. Even the broadcasters became disgusted. An Austrian commentator reportedly urged viewers to stop watching. The German commentary condemned what was happening too. But on the pitch, nothing changed. Because from the players' point of view, attacking was dangerous. If Austria equalized, West Germany could go home. If West Germany became too aggressive and scored enough, Austria could go home. At 1-0, everyone wearing white or red was safe. Everyone except Algeria. Then came the final whistle. West Germany won. Austria 0. All three teams finished on 4 points. Goal difference sent West Germany and Austria forward. Algeria were eliminated, and the anger didn't disappear when the players left the field. The match became known as the Disgrace of Gijón, or in Germany, the Non-Aggression Pact of Gijón. Algeria protested, but football now faced an uncomfortable question. How do you punish a team for not attacking enough? There was no rule saying West Germany had to search for another goal. There was no rule forcing Austria to risk elimination chasing an equalizer. The tournament itself had created a situation where both teams benefited from protecting the exact same result. So football couldn't simply rely on players behaving differently. It had to remove the opportunity entirely. And that's exactly what happened. Starting with the 1986 World Cup, the final matches in each group began kicking off simultaneously. The idea was simple. Don't let one team finish first and tell the other two exactly what result they need. And that's why today on when the final day of a World Cup group arrives, two games suddenly start at exactly the same time. It's not just tradition, it's a security system created after one of the most infamous matches in World Cup history. But there's one final twist. 44 years later, at the 2026 World Cup, Algeria and Austria met again. The ghost of Gijón immediately returned. And once again, a draw could benefit both countries. Except this time, there was no 80-minute non-aggression pact. They produced a chaotic 3-3 draw, with Austria equalizing deep into stoppage time. And both eventually advanced. Same countries, same World Cup pressure, completely different football. Because the match in 1982 didn't just eliminate Algeria, it exposed a flaw in the World Cup itself. And every time two final group matches kick off together, you're watching the rule that Gijón created.